When we first arrived at the location in Cumbria, I remember just turning to the left and looking away from the cottages up at the Old Man, and you couldn't see the peak of the hill. It was in the clouds. It just looked so incredibly high, and I remember just thinking to myself, oh my God, what have I got us all into? I had done this climb before with a bunch of mates when I was in my 20s, and I remember being so overwhelmed by the place. I just knew I wanted to come back and shoot something there. But now it was really happening. I was back with a script and actors and a crew, and it all started to feel a little scary. How are we going to get our crew up this mountain? I remember it being fairly easy when I did it in my 20s, but everything seems easier in your 20s, right? But this time we had a lot of kit with us, right? You know, we were a very small production. There wasn't many of us. We had no money, no contingency. If someone was to fall and get injured, the shoot was over. You know, the film potentially was over. We couldn't come back and reshoot. There was no money for that. So we we were very aware when we were there that we kind of had one shot at it. So I had written that, you know, the two brothers scale the peak of this mountain and scatter the ashes at the Act 2 climax of the story. I was so worried about the weather. It's the Lake District, it's March, it's very changeable weather and it can be dangerous weather in that time of year, in that region. I just didn't know if we were going to have enough time to get everything done that we needed to be done and to get everyone back safely off the hill in daylight. We had decided that shoot day 3 of our week up in the lakes was going to be the day we were going to go up the hill, and weather reports were showing that actually the weather was going to be pretty good. We'd shot for the first couple of days there in pretty steady rain, but all reports were saying that the weather was about to break.
It's just before 6 a.m, 10 to 6, the third day of shooting the Old Man, and we're about to set off as they shoot, which will be taking place at the top of that. Mr. Old Man.
We decided to set off at 6 a.m. We were going to go straight to the top, shoot the key scenes of the scattering of the ashes first, and then we would come back down and we would shoot Drew and Mick ascending the mountain in reverse on our way down. There were many reasons for this, but mainly as we were limited to how much we could carry up the mountain, we had a limited supply of batteries for the camera and the sound equipment. We obviously couldn't charge batteries, so we had to get most of our vital scenes done first. Also, simply getting the kit up and down the mountain was trouble enough. The Ariel XM Mini is a heavy camera, especially when you're shouldering it uphill for 2.5 hours to reach the top. Coming down was just as tough. Then there was the sound kit. All of us had to take turns to get the equipment up the hill.
Because that was such a sort of team building exercise, you know, it sort of bonded everyone together. We were all in it together and taking turns to carry stuff, and when we all got up there we were just definitely on side. That's lovely. So getting up the mountain and we'd all done this mad thing.
All of this kit on top of our personal food and water that we needed for the climb. We ended up just about getting what we needed to get done, and what's more, I think the experience, you know, the adventure of it, the uncomfortable effort it took to get it done seemed to unify us as a group, to bond us. That is something that kept us going through the rest of the shoot in Cumbria, and it's something that I think we will have in the London shoots and going right through to the completion of the film.